Have you ever wondered how we got to this point in society and what are the things that build the very foundation of our multicultural society? My name is Jun Heng.
And my name is Sky.
Today, we are going to talk to you about our trip to the Harmony in Diversity Gallery and the things we have learned there.
Our content, we'll be talking about the history and reasons for our site, our artifacts and events, our articles and interviews, and our references and sightings.
The Harmony in Diversity Gallery was first opened in September 2015. It was a creation from a collaboration between the Ministry of Home Affairs and its community partners and aims to promote an appreciation for Singapore's multicultural and our rich and diverse religious society.
We picked this gallery as it hosts a lot of important historical artifacts and showcase the different turning points in Singapore history that have shaped the Singapore we know of today. The venue of the gallery is convenient for us, and it also contains a lot of facts that are useful for our research. The event that I have chosen for today is the Maria Hertog riot. The reason for my choice of event is that it is a realistic experience a person can go through. The context of the event was that there were heated moments between the Malays and Eurasians that led to the eventual riot. Each riot was built from the racial differences perceived by both the Malays and Eurasians, which is also relevant to our modern society. There are also situations of racial differences which have been prevalent issues in Singapore too. My initial thoughts about the event was that I wasn't aware of such scale of riots that could happen to such a small country like Singapore. The riot left 18 people dead and 173 injured, which is a significant number of casualties in a small country like Singapore. I also happened to find out that Maria was not Malay blooded, as when I read the event, the bond between Amina and Maria was so strong that I thought they were actually mother and children. Two things I learned from the event was that the media in the context of the event actually had a huge role in indirectly starting the riot. The media from both the Malay and Eurasians used the picture of Maria to benefit their own organization respectively. The pictures of Maria either being sad or happy caused an outrage between both races, which led to the riot. Singapore also happened to be under colonial rule by the British, which is why there were many Eurasians retaliating back against the Malays too. How the new information has changed my perspective is that I've learned not to believe everything I see on social media or any form of media, and to always fact check before believing media information. How my perception towards any party can also affect my actions and opinions on them.
Next, the artifact that I've chosen today to present today is the Diamond Sutra. The reason of my choice is that I'm a Buddhist, and since this artifact is closely related to my religion, hence it naturally sparked my interest to delve deeper and understand it. My first impression, or you can say my initial thought, was that this is just another book of sutras which monks uses for their practices. But as I have researched and read up more about it, I have learned that it was from a rough translation from a shortened form of the actual title, Vajrapata, which can be roughly translated into English as the Diamond Sutra. The reason why this sutra is so important was that it was written in 11 May 868, which makes it the world's oldest completed book to have ever been documented. After learning more about the artifact, it made me more curious about the different artifacts that are related to my religion and how it branches out and spreads its influence to different parts of the world. At the same time, after learning about the contents of the sutra, it made me understand that everything is not temporary, and we should appreciate everything we come across regardless of it being good or bad experiences.
For my interview, I've had the pleasure to interview a friend of mine from another class that happened to go to the same gallery. In the interview, he mentioned about the emotions that Maria and Amina must have went through during the custody. He stated that they must have felt traumatized by the constant detachment and reattachment. I had thought about this point of view which broadened my perspective on the consequences of the racial riot. I also read an article by Mr. Shanmugan. In this article, he has taken it upon himself to make a statement on the progression of racial harmony in Singapore. He has stated that despite several racial issues in Singapore for the past few years, Singapore multiracial harmony is still strong. He has also stated that Singapore is also moving in a positive direction towards racial harmony. There may still be some racial issues that will appear, but calling it a big problem will be over-dramatizing it.
For the interview, I had interviewed my mom. The question I asked was, after learning about the Diamond Sutra, how do you think it relates to modern day practices? The key points of her reply was that we practice filial piety to honor our parents and to cherish the time we have with them in this life, as everything is not permanent, and that we must practice self-control. Moving on, the article that I read about was written by the Straits Times. This article highlights the charity work that the Buddhist entity did and how it extends to all people regardless of race and religion. Supported by examples written in the article, with more than half of primary and secondary school kids with more than half of primary and secondary school bursaries given out by the lodge had gone to Malay and Indian students, and them giving out 3 vegetarian meals a day all year round since the 1980s. These actions help encourage Singapore's multicultural society. Quote, in doing so, it exemplifies a spirit that is needed and encouraged in Singapore's multicultural society, said Minister K. Shanmugan.
My reflection and insights that I gained from the trip is that racial harmony is required to maintain peace among the races. Prior to the trip, I have been blessed with how harmonized Singaporeans are that I'm unaware of how much effort it took from people of the past to build such strong racial harmony. The values I've taken from this trip is to be respectful towards people that are different from me, and also to be compassionate and understanding in times of crisis. I do not think there is an erosion of values between youths, as I see many cliques of friendship groups that are filled with different races and ethnicities. How youth today can preserve our values is by being inclusive towards people with differences.
My initial thought before going to the gallery was that I had always thought that Singapore's multicultural society was achieved by sharing common experiences and going through the same hard times. But after visiting the gallery, I have learned that it was achieved by having different culture and religions understanding each other and helping each other out. And after quite some time, and after a few obstacles, a multicultural society was formed. One of the values that took my attention was that all religions practice this common value, the value of treating others the same way you wanted to be treated. But I think that this value have been slowly getting lost, as people nowadays are getting more disrespectful towards their seniors and elders. To change this, I think that parents should be more stricter about teaching values like responsibility to their child. Then, as they become more mature, they will understand the meaning of treating others the way you want to be treated.
We've come to the end of our video. We will now show our references and citations for the next few slides.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope you have a nice day ahead.